Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Football Herd. Hope you're doing wonderfully well. Didn't get off to a good start but still want to win your mini league? Well, this is the video for you then. This is a weekly series that we do throughout the season. In this video specifically, I'll be covering the key takeaways from Game Week 2, the Game Week 3 watch list, the Game Week 2 review, and transfer tips for Game Week 3, and also the team selection for Game Week 3. And make sure you watch the video till the end, because at the fag end of it I have linked a bit of key comparison between a couple of players and some valuable tips. So without delaying any further, let's get started. In this key takeaway section, I have tried to sum up the entire 10 games into certain pointers, which will help us understand as to how the players performed and which all important factors we need to consider. To start with, Mitoma and Wissa were amazing, right? Mitoma scored a couple of goals and Wissa also racked up 11 points, and also they contributed to the victory of Brentford. And since Mitoma is on pens, he's a very important player to have, and in his price bracket, he's outscoring a lot of 8 million players, right? So in my opinion, you need to stress on the factor that Mitoma and Wissa is in blistering form, and count them in your team. Next up, we have Ione, who was a serious threat as the third forward contender, right? We saw that he is getting a goal in each match for Forest, and he's very much menacing in the air. So he's also someone that we should take into consideration before thinking of the third forward. I will not opt for him as my second striker, because the likes of Jackson, then Alvarez is already there with Haaland. But if you are opting for three men at the top, then definitely Ione is a very important option. Now coming to Liverpool, Salah is looking a lot blunt, and he's not that much value as to his price, right? The likes of Mitoma, March, and the Brighton assets are outscoring him at will. So in my opinion, I would not recommend you to stick to Salah or opt for Salah right away. If he shows the Egyptian king touches that he used to show in the previous seasons, then definitely we will start opting for Salah. And also, if you have Trent, just sell him, because he is also there in my team, and I'll definitely sell him this game week, because he, being an 8 million defender, is not living up to his expectations, not at all. Now coming to Brighton, just like I mentioned that Mitoma and March is playing wonderful, and one point of concern, that is João Pedro did not start the last game, right? And we saw that Enciso started, and they are shuffling the pack in the forward line. So going forward, we need to be aware that João Pedro might not start, and he's a doubtful starter. So you can definitely opt for someone in his place who is much more secured and will surely start and give you a good, at least, starting point. Now, United assets are very painful to own, because many of you have opted for Rashford and Bruno, but they are not returning and they are not playing good football as well. So it's a sell for me, because I cannot rely on them any further. But considering that they have Forest right away, it should not be a knee jerk. Probably again they should be given one more game week to show their mettle. Now coming to the forwards, we have Jackson and Watson. Now coming to the forwards, the likes of Jackson and Watkins are yet to make a mark, according to me. Jackson, though he had a lot of chances, but he squandered all of them, and he just gave a couple of points, one in each game. And also for the likes of Watkins, he's not on penalties, and his points are not also that much. He just gave one assist in the second game. The likes of Leon Bailey shined for Villa, and he's getting into those attacking spaces, but he's not getting those big chances and converting them. So it's a very difficult situation with Watkins, in my opinion. Now Phil Foden is playing the De Bruyne role for Manchester City. He had a wonderful game week 2, though I'm quite disappointed as to it's only 9 points. He could have had a lot of more assists and goals. He's created as much as 7 chances in game week 2, and we are looking forward to such performances from him in the game weeks to come. And considering City have a wonderful run of games, he is someone to be considered definitely. Now, the last key takeaway is doubling up on Arsenal assets worth it in the midfield? In my opinion, the answer is no. We saw the last game against Crystal Palace at Sellers Park, though it's a very tough away fixture, but the likes of Martinelli or Saka could not impress me that much. And also one shocking thing was Saka is no longer in penalties, so that a bit is a bit of lackluster in my opinion to his mettle. And though one of them is very good to have, I will not suggest the doubling up. Though I have both of them in my team currently, but I will definitely look to transfer them out in the game weeks to go. And the last but not the least, the very important question is we saw Gabriel is not starting again, right? So till Zinchenko is back, I do not think Gabriel will start. But Tomiyasu got that red card and he came on and helped the team, right? So probably I'll be holding onto him for one more game week, or I have more transfer plans for him, which you will be able to see in the success sections. In the watch list, like always, I have opted for one player from each department, one forward, one midfielder and one defender. To start with, I'll look at the forwards first. In the forward category, I have opted for Jackson because I love the kind of games that Chelsea have. And though the underlying data of Nicholas Jackson looks amazing, but still he has not performed yet, and I believe that he has not hit his full potential. The expected points are also 5.5 in the next game week, and for me he is someone that can, if he starts delivering, then he's a very good option to have. Having said that, the likes of Alvarez is also there, Iwani is also there, but he has a bit of an edge according to me. Now coming to the midfielder, it will be Phil Foden in my opinion. I would have told someone like Madison, March or Mitoma, but I'm going with Foden because again, just like Chelsea, City also have a very favorable run of games. Those are wonderful fixtures, as you can see, right? And Phil Foden is playing that pivotal role in the number 10 position, where he and also in my opinion that he is the best pocket player after Odegaard in my opinion, if you do not take into consideration De Bruyne, right? And the absence of De Bruyne is being very much well utilized by Phil Foden, and his expected numbers are also very good, 5.5. His XG and his XA are also not that much high, but yeah, those are also good. And if you take a deep look at the City midfield, only the likes of Bernardo Silva's introduction, in my opinion, could see him take a different role. But other than that, Phil Foden is nailed, according to me. Amongst the defenders, I have opted for Ben Chilwell from Chelsea. Now, this is again a must-have pick, in my opinion. If you do not own Ben Chilwell, then you should, in my opinion, because he is very fluent in the attacking side, just like Estupinan, and his numbers are also quite impressive. His expected goals are, or rather his expected goals involvement is ranked second after Estupinan, and they have a wonderful run of games. And I think that once the Chelsea strikers and the players start to convert a lot of more chances, the likes of Chilwell will also be on the gaining end. So in my opinion, Chilwell is a must-have. In game week 2, my team got 38 points. Apart from Phil Foden, no one was able to give me any considerable returns. The likes of Pedro was benched and he came on and got a yellow card. The United boys and Arsenal boys also did not fare properly and did not give me any returns. Likewise was in defense. Only Estupinan could give me 11 points. Other than him, the other two defenders were not able to get a clean sheet or give an assist or score anything. And I am quite hopeful that the next game week will be much better because the run of games are much better for each one of them. And having said that, I also have a couple of full-time transfers that I can make. And if not 3, I'll definitely make a couple of changes. So let's see what my transfer plans are. Now coming to my possible transfers, one change I will make for sure is that I'll switch to Chilwell from Trent. And apart from that, I have a couple of options that I've listed down. There are 4 possibilities that I might opt for. The first being that I'll switch to Chilwell from Trent and I'll shift to Flecken from Steele. Just because I do not want to double up on the Brighton defense because I already have Estupinan and Brentford are also quite solid at the back in my opinion, and Flecken is having a good run of a couple of game weeks and also the fixtures that follow are quite good. So I might opt for Flecken instead of Steele. What that does is that gives me an option of having a couple of midfielders from Brighton. Since I cannot have more than 3 players, right? That's why I was thinking about doubling up on the Brighton midfield in the game weeks to come. That's why I was hoping that I could switch Steele to Flecken. The second option being that I'll only make the Trent to Chilwell move and I'll just roll the transfer and I'll look to make a change in game week 4. The third option being I'll bring in Alvarez instead of Ujao as my third striker. And the fourth being that I'll look to change Gabriel to one of the City defenders. Most probably it will be Akanji because the likes of Diaz and Akanji are a bit nailed in my opinion, apart from Ederson in goal. The likes of Gabriel and Ake are also there, but they are not that rotation proof. To be very honest, in my opinion, apart from Ruben Diaz, no one is completely nailed. Even though we have seen that Kyle Walker is starting all the games, he started all the games in friendlies as well, in pre-season as well. And he is forming that 4-1-4-1 shape and being the right winger for City. So having said that, this is also under debate. And I am considering either Akanji or Walker as my Gabriel replacement if need be. I have made a couple of changes. The first being I have opted for Chilwell instead of Trent, and the second one is I have opted for Julian Alvarez instead of Ujao. So this is how my team looks. In goal, I have kept Steele, who faces a West Ham side at home. And in my defense, I have Chilwell, Estupinan and Gabriel. I have not switched Gabriel to a Manchester City defender because I am opting for the likes of Phil Foden, Bruno, Rashford, Saka and Martinelli as my midfield, and João Pedro is as my first substitute, and the Manchester City boys of Haaland and Alvarez will spearhead my team in the 3-5-2 formation. This team looks very good on paper according to me, but the United and Arsenal boys were quite disappointing. But against Forest and against Fulham, I am hoping that they bounce back. And since Fulham have the highest expected goals conceded number in the first 2 game weeks, I am hoping that they will be leaky at the back and likes of Martinelli and Saka will be able to capitalize. And also one reason as to why I've opted for Gabriel instead of any other City asset is because I'm just saving on transfer and not taking a hit. I'm hoping that Gabriel starts against Fulham at the Emirates, because we saw that after Tomiyasu was given the red card, Arteta opted for Gabriel to make a compact defensive shape in the away fixture at Selhurst Park. So I'm hoping that he starts Gabriel this time around, and since also Zinchenko came in off the bench, so if Zinchenko starts, I think Gabriel should start. Though I'm not certain, that's why I have kept Kabore as my first defender. He will come off the bench if Gabriel does not start. And it's a no-brainer captaincy pick this time round, since Haaland faces Sheffield United side in an away fixture. But having said that, his numbers are not that much great in away games. But I'm quite certain that he will shine, because Sheffield are not that much compact at the back, and City are playing wonderful football, even though De Bruyne is not present. Now, if you have watched till here, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to my channel if you like my content. So let's start with the bonus section. In this section, I'll be just doing a couple of quick comparison between a set of Brighton players and between Nicholas Jackson and Alvarez, in order to give you a good understanding as to which player we need to opt for. Is it Mitoma or is it March, or is it Jackson or is it Alvarez? To start with Mitoma versus March, I would like to mention that Mitoma is running down the left flank and March is starting in the right wing and taking those advanced central forward positions when Mitoma is running down the left, and which is completely evident from the number of shots that March has taken inside the box. So that increases his goal scoring opportunity. Having said that, I feel that if De Zerbi likes to rotate the players and the likes of Pedro start, then probably March will not have that much amount of points. But if he sticks to the team that played in game week 2, March will be a better pick in my opinion. But it's a very tricky question, right? So the most important thing that I like to mention is that if you have a couple of player slot from Brighton, then opt for both of them. And but if you have only one slot and you would like to go for the likes of Mbeumo and the others, and you only have one slot, then I would say that wait for a couple of more game weeks. And for the timing, if you have March, stick with March. If you have Mitoma, stick with Mitoma, and see what all combinations that De Zerbi plays. And one thing is for sure, that if the likes of João Pedro and Welbeck start, then March will be a lot subdued, whereas Mitoma will be a lot more menacing, in my opinion. Now, between Alvarez and Jackson, it's again a very tightly contested contest between both of them. You can see that Jackson is getting more number of chances than Alvarez, whereas Jackson is not able to convert, and Alvarez with that wonder goal finishes at 12 points after 2 game weeks. Now, both of them have a very favorable run of games, considering City and Chelsea. So in my opinion, I would recommend to have both of them in your team apart from Erling Haaland, and you can go for 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 formation. But if you tell me to have one of them, I already told you that I have Alvarez and I opted for him. And I would like to see Jackson play a bit more menacing football and finish clinically. After then will I only opt for Jackson. So that's it guys, that was all about today's video. hope you have liked the content, and if you have, then please consider subscribing to my channel. It's completely free, and drop a like. And if you have any questions, you can drop them below. I'll be very happy to help you. And all the best for Game Week 3, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.